This is one of the two men in the lead. It's the grand champion, Sashimaru. He's got 4 straight wins, and with him in the lead is the Mongolian Asa Shoryu. Well, this is the Unryu style of Yokozuna ring entering ceremony. It means cloud dragon style. There's one other style called the Shiranui style. You have to be a real expert to tell the difference. Now on to our first bout. Akinoshima, man who's been in sumo for a very long time. He's 35 years old. He started when he was 15, so he's been fighting in the ring for 20 years or so. That's an awful lot of bouts. He's been in the Makuuchi division since 1988. Here fighting Iwakiyama, newcomer in his very first basho. Well, Akinoshima seems determined to beat the newcomer, and there he does it. So 4th win for Akinoshima. Kotonowaka fights Buyuzan. Buyuzan with no wins at all as yet. He's got 4 straight losses. Kotonowaka on the left with 2 wins and 2 losses. Referee says Matanash, time's up. And it's Kotonowaka who powers forward. Well, it's very close there. Well, it's seems as if one of the umpires has challenged that. Well, that was very close, quite difficult to call. Well, it goes to Buyuzan. Very close indeed. No, sorry, correction there. It's Torinoshi, that's a rematch, and there it's Buyuzan who gets it. So the umpire there, the chief umpire, said it was Dotai. That was the bodies crashed down together, so that automatically leads to a rematch, a Torinoshi. Now we have Ushiomaru. This is his 2nd basho at this level. Here fighting Tokitsuumi. It's not too good if the other one can get hold of his belt, so he has to keep hands off his belt, certainly off the back of his belt, because that's a very weak position to be. And there he gets pushed out from behind by Ushiomaru with okuridashi. And a little bit of prize money. Ushiomaru had 9 wins in his first debut in the Makuuchi division, which is a good result. Now Kaiho, who sat out the last basho, fighting Kotoryu, who only scored 5. So 2 injured wrestlers against each other. Probably not fully recovered. Japanese have a rather contemptuous attitude to injuries. If you can breathe and stand, then generally have to carry on. It's Kaiho who wins that one, 2nd win for him, and he won with yorikiri. Now, Tochinonada, 160 kilos, fights Dejima, 160 kilos, so very evenly weighted. Not much to choose between the two. Dejima got the reputation of being weak under pressure, but wins comfortably there. He sat out the last basho as well. The one before that, he only had 2 wins and 3 losses, then dropped out. So it's another one who's had a series of injuries. Certainly the injury rate at this level is extremely high. It's more in the nature of the sumo now. I think these wrestlers go at it harder than in previous years. So now Shimotori, Mr. Frostbird, against young mountain Wakanoyama. Well, Wakanoyama bustles when he's in the ring, certainly keeps moving, looks heavier than his 160 kilos or so, but they're a good illustration of just how suddenly defeat can be turned into victory. Shimotori just slipped round behind and shoved him out from behind. A kuridashi win there for Shimotori. 3rd win for him, 3rd loss for Wakanoyama. Well, Kyokushuzan, who always excites the crowd with his wide range of techniques. You never know quite how he's going to win. Sometimes he seems half asleep, other times he does some really unusual stuff. Tries a sidestep there at the beginning though, but gets driven to the edge and crushed down by Toki. So Toki wins that one. Third win for him, third loss for Kyokushuzan. That's Musashimaru, with all his attendants behind looking after him. The Yokozuna can have anything up to 10 dozen or so attendants. Skibito they're called. Now you can see his taped up hands there. Doesn't seem to have affected him too badly so far. Turns out he hurt it, his wrists badly, heard it crack when he was fighting Takanowaka in the previous basho, but he disguised it, carried on to win. So now we have Gojoro against Aminishiki. Aminishiki in the blue mawashi. Gojoro in the lavender, purple, coloured mawashi. Well, Aminishiki kept him on the move there the whole time. And took his fourth win. So Aminishiki's doing all right. That was his 200th Nakauchi bout. Miyabiyama, who's apparently has been eating a lot of garlic recently, believes that it's good for his strength. No doubt his opponents can smell it when they get in that close. Here fights Tosanoumi. These two have fought 15 times, and they've got about evens apiece. Not a lot to choose from, but there it's Miyabiyama gets the hand on the back of Tosanoumi's neck and pulls him down. Well, Tosanoumi certainly makes a lot of noise when he comes out from the tachiai. Quite a loud grunt as he puts his heart and soul into that charge. Takanowaka fights Kotomitsuki. They fought 7 times. Previous head-to-heads, Kotomitsuki's won 5 of them. Well, very fast start there by Kotomitsuki, but it's Takanowaka who's opens up with a tsupari, fast slaps to the face, and then a pull down at the end of it. And Kotomitsuki there looking a bit annoyed, actually curses out aloud, which is unusual for these wrestlers. They have to watch their manners, otherwise they get jumped on by the sumo elders. Very strictly controlled sport. No signs of annoyance or elation are allowed. Now we have Hokutoriki against Wakanosato. Hokutoriki from the Hakaku stable, that's run by the former Yokozuna Hokutorumi. Well, that was a powerful shove there against Wakanosato. Went flying over the edge. So that was the first win for Hokutoriki. So he's had 4 losses so far, but finally he gets a win. Now Robocop against Musoyama. These two have fought once before. Musoyama won that one. Oh, Takumi Sakari's got strange movements. He's difficult to read because of the strange way he moves, but he's actually a very skillful wrestler. Chucks a lot of salt in. That's always a crowd pleaser. And of course lots of slapping of his belt, slapping of his hands, slapping of his face before he actually goes in for the fight. So it's Musoyama though, comes across the ring first and foremost and keeps that momentum going and drives Takumi Sakari backwards and out. So oshidashi win there for the Ozeki. Musoyama gives him his 4th win and 1 loss, so he's up amongst the leaders of the pack at this early stage of the basho. Now Asashoryu fights Tamaka Suga. Asashoryu apparently has been eating ostrich eggs. It's part of his dietary supplements. Asashoryu 137 kilos, Tamaka Suga on the right, 153. A close start, Asashoryu driving forward the whole time. And it's Tamaka Suga who appeared to skid off there. I don't know if, couldn't quite see if Asashoryu assisted him there, but certainly had the Tamaka Suga moving backwards. And it's Tamaka Suga who's trying to drive Asashoryu's arms up from underneath. Oh yeah, that's it. You can see his right arm misses Asashoryu, and that turns him round. So a rather pleased expression on Asashoryu's face as Tamaka Suga drops past him. So 5 straight wins for the ostrich egg eater, Asashoryu. That's Masashi Maru with his Skebito, his attendants, going down the Hanamichi, the flower path. It's Takanonami and Masashi Maru coming out. They'll be fighting each other shortly. Now we have this bout. It's Chiyo Taikai, the Rocket, the bad boy, although he's losing that image fast now. And he's fighting Tamanoshima. They fought 3 times before. Chiyo Taikai's won all 3 of them. Tamanoshima's never had a good result in Kyushu, but look at that power and the whirlwind attacks of Chiyo Taikai. Straight off from the block, leading with the head, pushing with the arms. See how carefully they look at each other. The heads bang, and then goes the thrust to the throat and the face and the chest. The head goes in again, and that shoves Tamanoshima over the edge. Comfortable win there for the Ozeki, and that's his 4th win with only 1 loss so far. Lost to Takanowaka with the chop on the back of the neck, Sokubi Otoshi. That was on day 2. Now, Tochi Azuma's got 3 losses so far. He's not doing at all well. He's only had 1 win. Fighting Kyokuten Ho. He's got 2 wins and 2 losses. Kyokuten Ho, incidentally, speaks fluent Japanese, really fluent Japanese, apparently. Well, Tochi Azuma locks in, but it looks hesitant to me. Well, there's the surge of power from the end, but Tochi Azuma couldn't maintain his upright posture. Tried to lift Kyokuten Ho, but collapsed under the effort. So Kyokuten Ho wins that one. Tochi Azuma takes his 4th loss. So it's going to be a bad basho for Tochi Azuma. And there's also some prize money for Mongolian Kyokuten Ho. So that was an overarm win, a Uwate-nagi win for Kyokuten Ho. Now we have Poker Face, Otoboke-san, Musashi Maru fighting Takanonami. Well, Takanonami likes fighting foreigners. He's said it many times in the past. He likes handing out stick to the foreigners. And he's got the height, he's got some good moves. It all depends really on Musashi Maru's mentality. There was a time where when the pressure was on him, he'd fade a bit, especially towards the end of a basho when he had to fight the really strong ones like Takanohana. But the last few basho, he seems to have settled down, seems to have settled into his rank as Grand Champion, seems far less fussed by the opposition. So let's see how these 2 will do. There's some 67 kilos difference between the 2 of them. So head-on start by Takanonami. Musashi Maru's oh no, but Musashi Maru there thought he had him, tried to push him, but actually walked out over the edge of the ring. Slightly careless move there by the Grand Champion. So that's the 1st loss for Musashi Maru, and he loses. He's now behind in the race for the Emperor's Cup. Well, that's the 1st loss for Musashi Maru. Certainly slightly Mistake there, I think, when he just stepped out. Let's just watch that one again. Well, it's a full frontal assault. That's normally the way he does it. Just uses his huge bulk. Then as he gets to the edge, then feet start to wander. There it goes, foot goes out, and that's the end of that. So the end of day 5, Asashoryo's solely in the lead with 5 straight wins. Behind him, Masashi Maru, Takanonami, Chiyotaika, and Musoyama with 4 wins and 1 loss. Well, stay with us. We'll be back after the break with day 6.